G'day, you absolute legends. Stu from UAVfutures here, and I know what you're thinking. Stuart, how do you look so good in those shirts? Well, that's a trade secret, but the other thing you're probably thinking is, man, what's up with this title, Stuart? You can't trust YouTube reviewers 100%, and I would say, yeah, that's exactly right. This is a really important little, I guess, update video that I want to share with you guys because I care about you. I care about you having a good time and flying around, experiencing the joys of FPV and potentially changing and saving people's lives over the health of my channel and the health of other channels out there. So this is really important advice, and I would give this to my own family. This is what I'm going to be teaching my children when they're growing up, consuming media like you guys are doing right here. So I don't even know, what do I call myself? A YouTube reviewer? What, you know, people who are in this hobby, JB or Bruce or, you know, some of the other people like out there, content creators, whatever. So this all came about when I reviewed this. This is the Pocket. It's awesome. Go check out that review. However, I wouldn't have said that if I never got this drone back. So on my very first maiden flight, I lost the RX link and it went into the mangroves. Huge pain and ordeal to get it back. However, it turned out to be, I had simply ripped the jumper antenna off here and it had nothing to do with the Radio Master Pocket. However, if I didn't get this back, what would I say? However, because we did get it back and we could see what's happened, well then I found out it had nothing to do with the radio. The radio's been rock solid since. Once I fixed that antenna up, it's been rock solid. So that is our first bit. There should be a bit of a checklist. Before you spend your money, please consider these factors. So number one, how accurate is the information that they're giving you? They might have all the best intentions in the world. Like I would have the best intentions. I love this radio, except I lost the drone in the drink and lost RX. Well, you know, it's not a lie because I didn't know what happened. But once you've got to, is that information accurate, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. It wasn't the radio's fault. Number two, what other incentives or biases do they have? So I would say this is a big one. You know, people always talk about affiliates and marketing links and are they making their own product? Are they talking about their own product and things like that? Well, of course, the closer somebody is to a product, the more positive bias, I guess, they're going to have. And the opposite, if someone is a competitor to someone else's, the more negative bias I think they're probably going to be talking about. And number three, sometimes people just have biases in their life for what they like. What do they fly around with? How much money are they used to having in their life as well? Because when they're making those purchases, some people might be able to spend, you know, $100 on a radio. Other people might have $500 to spend on a radio, and there's a big discrepancy, I guess, with their expectations that come from that. Now, I'm going to give a little example here of someone that I 100% trust, and a huge shout out. They're bigger than me. They're fantastic, and that is XJet. Bruce on RC Model Reviews, you got me into this hobby, man. You were absolutely fantastic. But here's something where Bruce and I differ, and I have I'm sure that Bruce is not going to be upset at me talking about this. Back in the day, 2017, Bruce used to say, this is before I had experimented and I didn't know enough and I was still learning. Bruce used to say, dipole antennas suck, never get them, blah, blah, blah. I'm paraphrasing there, Bruce, but you know, I'm sure that he'd always just take them out of the box and toss them away. And that's what I did. But nowadays, look at this, we use dipoles all the time. So in his experience, he didn't like dipole antennas, but in my experience, I kind of do like them. Like I've got no problems using them now and I'm more than happy with the range and stuff. Bruce knows I love him and I would 100% trust that person. And that's what it really comes down to. When you are watching these videos, please check out other people's channels, check out other people's comments, find their experiences. You really need to take in where all this, everybody has bias, and even as they can try to be as objective as they can, without knowing it to them, they can be a little bit biased. For me, I try to be objective, but here's a bias I think I have. So look, I'm all about the value. I'm all about getting people flying. When people talk about cruising around with $1,000 rigs and, you know, $400, $500 radios and all that sort of stuff and $600 backpacks, that's not for me. Like I can still appreciate those products, but that's not where the passion is for me in FPV. I want more people to get flying, and I still remember what it was like to grow up poor. You know, I was the sort of kid where you get school shoes for Christmas or you get school shoes for your birthday, that sort of stuff, where, you know, that might be a completely different experience to someone else. I think when I reviewed, and I can attest to this because I still really believe in value stuff, the Pocket's a great example, but I think it was like the Real ACC backpack or something. This is going back a long time ago. that's still one of my favorite backpacks. And I know some other people out there were like, this backpack's junk, buy this one, it's like $600 or $500. But for me, that's not where it's at. For me, I would say I am more biased towards the budget stuff. And then finally, how long have they been doing this for? How passionate are they about this? What is the reason that they're making content? So if you're watching this and you're someone who enjoys my videos, I would just like to share a message. But please go watch other people's videos before making a decision. I think it's really important because I really care. My whole goal is to get you flying. It's not about building UAV futures. It's not about making my own products. It's not about changing the world, it's about changing your life. And I want you to have the best information possible to make the best decisions. So look, hopefully that's helped some of you guys out there. There should have been some flights going along here. We do have a heap more stuff coming up. If you'd like to join my Patreon and help support me making these videos, you know, the link's down below. But hope you guys have a fantastic time. Be kind to each other, but most importantly, be kind to yourself. Why? Because you deserve it. You are awesome. And I get what's coming down. Do your research. Do your research when it comes to who you're watching. Don't believe everyone 100% because everybody has a little bit of bias, even if they don't know it. Anyway, happy flying.